You are watching Fufa TV, the home of Ugandan sport.
Alright, very good evening and welcome aboard to the Podium show like every single Monday from 10 p.m. to midnight as we preview and review in the world of motorsport. So on the local scene, African scene, as well as on the international scene on this 28th day of October 2024. Katisaba katsuwenti wichimo chawatambu ide maida tsana gabujo tugabakoze namufuna birungi tubaza katonda era tumusabe atuse kuna ibintu byagwabyo atabigwa either nabachafunye mu buzibuzibu better suit tumusaba temena kumpendo batufune ku solution somako ozo to living obulamu obuli better. The Podium on FIFA TV neku 102.1 Fafama. Every single Monday we do preview and review and everything in the world of motorsport. Zake shumaniza program eno on this 28th day of October 2024. Back screen so kubanga enjoying yourself with the past, present and future motorsport photos. One of back screens are first, so make use of them. One of FIFA TV, the home of Uganda Sport, under the FIFA media services. Just so Bango Sanga, one of FIFA Complex, Mengo Plot 879. Albert Cook Road, Winzoko in our Kulangani 102.1, Fafama, one of FIFA TV, the home of Uganda Sport. We now are going to FIFA TV, 102.1, Fafama, of course, under the FIFA media services. We have a lot regarding the world of motorsport is concerned. Okale wadeyo FMS sprint yabadeyo kubire ku championship ya 2024. Last year sprint season was already scoring and ku NRC, so there was a change in there after the driver Marokuba what has been training of late, banging the tables. Uganda Society
banyenye meza
balonda Isaac Sebakade ati baga badia anyenye meza kadaba buze mu symposium de balimu banyenye meza ne bajjawe yokugama championship sprint scoring of championship, but that then of course Aaron yali Kigali. I don't know twalolera samutebe last week nga tuyita murale ne walina okubeera okwedefendinga kuba bakola byonna
yagamba ki
njagala then of course ne team Uganda abadde mu Film Africa MOTOCROSS of African Nations abadde wali mu Morocco mu Marrakech Morocco. Uganda sodo kwanga bere yokubiri behind the eventual winner South Africa. Then of course George Makulali wano we digest a lot
etufukidde akayinja mu ngato South Africa
nejo ya reservations ze then wali Bulaya wadde F1 yabadde Mexico race nagira bene Don Mbabazi ne Charles Lugowa makerera naye race yageze okugwanga Carlos Sainz Jr. agiwangudde biba twaye tusubira mu race so byatambudde
anti abadde begoba bakoze era
abateekako penalty 20 seconds alabe how what it means to be on 10th out for a team kuba Max in the pit nga ino okubeeramu 20 seconds then nogatako neza pit mu pit amaze mu 24 kati bali okavoiding era yonna gwenzo go baze 20 FI nge baze 19 nembanga nobanga atagikoze penalty badama chikugatakwa so for avoidance of doubt we are in the pit ebalinda even the 20 seconds elapsed bakoze pit around 20 second at that time nabachuse mipira na fulman balaga nti akoze pit ya 20 pit stop ya 24 seconds yale hot tires nagena mu recovery na anonya finally na maya nifecho mkaga but you would see what it means for a team okubati nawe nyinyi stop watch zawe zenyini just for avoidance of doubt tusukemu ka second yake wezo kwa was 25 enga was 19 nebada unajikugata na jobanga akoze pit stop ya 19 seconds which again but that and more and the because of the show kaseba no bagera berenga babuzako George Spina wali wanwero ne abadabuze mwaka banga kansoka sabe George berenga babuzako semuka riding academy simu ajaku ya performance ya semuka mu event ya bade Morocco riding academy ajatu na wana fedna so sikirizibwa kwa local events is not so much international events the way scale no ye benchmark George kuzapata
abatulaba n'abatuliza bamusiza amanya Jojo amsema kula Katende CEO Semuka Riding Academy nakankaisize order
George yagana okumpayo ku shati eranga obandi gulewo buzi
wakati oyikaisizawo
ayina babandakoze naba kubashanda kawani amazadi ajifunye sana
naye alina okukakasa abantu next Monday ng'ajambadde wano nawe oyisizaawo tujja bima
abatulaba mwenna ku Fufa TV n'abatuliza ku 102.1 Fufa FM mbutuufu libasanyo gyerere tufisaawo akadde etujjako kompyoza Fufa Media Services ogera kuzanyo wetusinga okwagala ngaffe ntuufu mbadde tudda kawanvuko naye tuba tukyanoonyeza Suzana amata ga Suzana tuba tukyaganoonya so tubulaabulamu ne Mukama Katonda mulungi tusobozesa okuba nga tutasobola okudda twogera ku muzanyo wetusinga okwagala ngaffe ogenda tukaze empaka soka okwebaza bonna abafunye essanyu mu kaseera kano tukubya amabega waliwo mukwano gwange champion Sudan Super Lady waliwo emikolo gyatuuseeko ku weekend eno
nalabye 25 years
eyo no gundi eyo challenge kesho lineko
25 years zanyali
okumanya challenge omukuba artists abali ku mukolo yaga nkwatako ku mutwe simanyi mukikola muti mwakikoze muteki
okitegeera so champion Su ne omukomoli wange nerinya litwita ne mwami Muwonge mbayoza kutoka kula lino emyaka 25 mu bufumbo tekira kujja tisi kyangu abantu abali mu line ngabbo kubanga bakwatiridde emyaka 25 Mukama Katonda abagumye abakuume benga we muli sera byonna naye ate era sirema kunakolera munamu abafunye obuzibu mu wiki tukubya amabega Mukama abagumye abasomye ebinyu kimani yawe era yajjawo abakulembere milayo mitamu
Kongs champion 2010
National Rally Champion 2011 and 2018
and 2018 yeah 2011 I was watching na labako nije nalimu ennyo yali ya 20
wali mu cockpit wali olwana
11 nali
mulabi mulungi
nesembe ya
18
nali mu competition
Linda kakomewo ya 2020 26
nali nnyo
2026
waliwo kuru
tasobola kudda
lwaki 20
buli mwaka gwa no ya
that's 2025
2025 bwakoma 2025 abayi na recovery nene yo catching up so mwaka gumu kwa recovery asobola chikola 2026
kyotegeeza yasobola kujja 2025 nenga
kola okujjako rust gyabadde nayo
2025 n'abawa
na 26 na 26
rally yeho ya mozake yangalawo yali
yembale
twalina nnyo interest mukulu ya Suzani eyo ne omukulu gwe yali abisanya yasana alwi yafuna penalty ya 10 minutes because of deviation ejukira kulu yaba I think yali ndowooza Tolman yali yamusomedde mu rally
Tolman yali Joseph Kamya
one of okay but bali bamanyi nti alwi balina mu excluding amuki kati fenga mofalo twali ba 11 kati ndevudde mu kulonda eri tulabe watingira top 10 nekigana bolo bakube meza awo ekigwera awo ali nabeera yafuna penalty by the way Susan won the rally by the way and won the championship as well abalamulako ngavuga stage esemba y'okuwangula rally eyo ndowooza yayita ku lero line eyo it's one of those moments it's again afuba abantu
ayinza ojja kunyumiza obulungi Hakim Mwanda yali afiiriddewo
kasa yaboneka
yali afiiriddewo kubanga bwena twali tumanyi Susan yekka number 2 on road n'atalabika abagwedda lwawo ne bagwawo Kefa najja ndoza afunyemu obuzibu ajja Tolomani najja tatalabika ko Susan abagwamu amaanyi baliko obugabo tebalina number 3 najja Susan talabikako Negagenda agakimu naye after the fourth yali badenge muroke yakunajja Susan najja nga ne kabaya abakubira pali kazibu nnyo
so Kong Susan and I wish you the best in your next 25 years is in terms of timing
it yebati silver kubanga waliwo silver golden ne platinum dozo yeba silver jubilee nizo kuba ndi mukyamu nnyo
by the way Kong Susan and n'abalabo n'abatuuse ku bintu ebyo nwagambye mu yogeyoge bakyafunye mu buzibu as usual life with one thing I realized about this world nti the world has had problems before the solutions but so nothing should really shake you up. Life is the most important thing. Kale, we have a lot George ali wano today yes a lot regarding Uganda's performance mu event yabadde Morocco and where did we, because we came second, why didn't we manage to do it? Just to our insights is South Africa much better than us and everything, but again there are very issues surrounding echo. Nalawako our president Mukulu James Akenanga call a point in parliament regarding the funding of the team kugenda mu event engage. I think the funds are somewhat delayed, so not gonna flow parliament next night na hearing out for issue here and hopefully it was met then team was flagged off last week and we can only hope in the future we can do much better. We're gonna hosting an event in 2022 where we had we had a gift Sebuguza as the African champion 65 85 so
you light MX light
okay Kale we're going to talk to NIKHIL SACHANIA I was been chatting with him today about his feel of the R3 car yanga cash night and day nenga atandagandi because prior to this yaravuga the Evo 10 mugundi negwao mu safari ya motoka ya gwao then bagundi batwale motoka amzane bagitwala for them they nategera kontu wao ne shield bajja kwa ne Kampala ne bajiza because bina mali mwebiri they only had to change the quite yes NIKHIL yaliko everything was on to the steering so just what you said to say motoka ndoza much sooner than later yaliko ne Kampala mwezo jira bakata abantu awala so just watch the space kale katufune ndoza NIKHIL nenga tetunafuna NIKHIL Aaron first tell me about your experience in Rwanda for the time you've been, how different has it been from this one?
Teba different, you know. Rwanda has always been the same, very interesting rally.
Because of the terrain?
Terrain, nonji, usanga dala kati kuluno 2022 I think, yeah. 2022 najikola ne Kaunyem. Doza twaina mu ditches 3 entire rally. Kuruno nabadde mu ditch 2 ndozo obeye.
Tene mava kilometer 6.
Ravuga 6. kuruno
mbe ave Kampala navuga ebina abiri paka Kabale nagatako wali abiri paka Katuna nagati 78 paka Kigali n'amaana agatako kyenda otuuka
paka Nemba.
How many kilometers are those?
Sikoze kubala bulungi
ali mu lusambu ngaze kuwagera over kilomita 6 ali musana.
That's how cruel rally is. Ate gwe musanyo gwe tusinga okwagala
naliyo nabalaba mu start ya stage nefe tugendo balinda ku 50 mwala beka wala just now. That is the rally where Patel and Gomez bali betwala
bato
then just Amza kali mu kara 3
no twali yachusizamu ku approach luli twasokera mu stage ya camp 8 kilometers kagako kuno twali tukakolanga ka kubiri. So we started with the Gasenyi twatandise nayo kuno watujifuluma tujifulumira nga ku border. That's a long 7 kilometers e Burundi ne tujifulumirao tuwaka short transport tudawali eri
previously wali bakolanga rally nga ofuluma what stage service ekulyawo wenyini
kuno yabadde mabegako yabadde like 7 kilometers from the rally area ofuluma muko 7 kilometers ngadda ekigali wabadde service yabadde nongi nnyo bakoze style ya WRC bakreatinga tent mwenanga wemukolera mwenna very huge tent temwetaga tent za mesero zetu stroke ve Kampala simanyi na lesson
nasa aliwa naga yamenyera bwerere
yatumenyera bwerere tent
yale fanana eti
tent nini like oba sinza nakugamba ngolola bya WRC bakola Kenya WRC nene nebakola mu partitions nga buli crew batuwa gundi yayo paka yo bobo ina carrier oba bobo ina service van you park it outside the tent. Yes, ninga wano munda ojamu
that is in environmental mats.
Yes, ezimu you have to provide providing yes. Ninga list the atmosphere mu tent yali nongi ebintu bingi
last week nagama nti the federation should think of such things. Then of course not one exam not gama nti era say Rwanda rack basara okwayalinga ba service providers.
Yes.
Ndi baba no protocol nonyayo company
gaba protocol ekola ikwecho. Ba ebyokulya bafuna company giranga if you need anything to eat you can genzi ku tent ya service provider byokulya you get what you want to eat chokunywa you get what awo byonanga bili awo bafuna beside the bigger tent but a small tents is our service providers. Communication whether printing a chintu you have it on flash duka ali communication by web by printing it. So I think those are both simanyi bagala bateleze ebintu bino maybe baizo kwatemena the bigger competition ngafe je tuina wano ne arrangement I don't know kijalo akuba nti bakolera abantu batono bati nayenga bakole kitungula bakiri out of this world. It's the way to go.
Okay, food for thought for the PAL organizing committee. We go in for short commercial break to come out. We're going to NIKHIL from Kenya, then to come on in Kampala. Together with event as well over the weekend. We're going to see the video from Africa MOTOCROSS of African nations. Zandi badendos you dab it as Momopida, Evanga African Cup of Nations. The only it's ya motocross it's annual every year. At Mopida every after 2 years. So that is where the difference is. Then of course Queens will come more in action that and more after this short commercial break.
You are watching Fufa TV, the home of Ugandan sport.
Right, we'll be back from that short commercial break. It's the Podium show every single Monday from 10 p.m. to midnight as we preview and review and the of motorsport. Aaron Samba, co-driver, Constant Racing, George Semakula, CEO.
Constant Racing,
Constant Racing, by the way, yes. The CEO, Semaka Riding Academy. But I want to see CEO still. That's a good. Jawa and what they have a company. Imga, what do you do? Okay, Kali. On the line to NIKHIL SACHANIA from Kenya. Gonna to Samoko experience your R3. You was there for the first time rally, by the way. There you welcome sprint in Kenya. It was his first rallying event in MOTOCROSS. Gonna to bulia ko ne ku RC so mutambulia. Bargain and power stage. Nga yene nasa mutebiba trading a seconds. Nena sana mana muje NIKHIL jatu bulia what really happened. Hello, good evening, NIKHIL. I'm okay. How are you? How is the going?
Yeah, not too bad. Thank you for having me.
Okay. Yeah, you're live on FUFA TV as well as 102.1 Fafama. I'm requesting you to say hello to our dear listeners and viewers.
Yeah, thanks for having me. We had a pretty eventful event in Rwanda, so we're quite happy with what we managed to achieve.
Okay, the last time we talked to you, we are going in for the safari, but unfortunately, very, very disturbing pictures that came out after that event. In the due course of that event, what really happened to the Evo 10?
Yeah, unfortunately, we had a very bad crash in the Kidong stage. To be honest, we came through towards the end of the stage, and we were on a long straight. And I think we hit a rut or something in the car, just it got lost, the rear kicked out, and we rolled about 6-7 times. Unfortunately, the car was not, we weren't able to recover the car, but both Deep, my navigator, and we came out unscathed.
Okay, so then there was that change from the Evo X to the R3. Was it as a result of that incident during the safari, or getting the R3 was in the pipeline even before that happened?
Yeah, it was kind of in the pipeline. We were looking at getting an upgrade for the car. So we were in talks, obviously, when the Evo was still in good running condition. But yeah, unfortunately this happened, and it kind of gave us the push that if we want to continue our rallying career, then we should take that step into getting a better car and see how we can fare with that.
Okay, then you first experience in that car was a sprint in Kenya. But your first experience in terms of rallying was the Mountain Gully Rally of Rwanda. You were asked how did the event unfold for you in that new car?
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, we did do a small sprint event in Kenya. It was more, the sprint event was just to more or less test all the hand controls, and you'll get a little feel of the car. So we had to, rectify a few things to make sure that I'm comfortable and the hand controls are safe. Then, of course, we pushed ourselves to get ready for Rwanda. Although we went with a small team, with the help of Karan Patel, as we were teammates, he forced us to kind of calm down, and that was the real test of the car. And we actually got to really experience it in a competitive stage, and see how we could push with the different terrain that we have compared to Kenya.
Okay, then was it your first time competing in Rwanda?
Yeah, actually it was my first time in Rwanda. Not just rallying, but generally it was my first time in Rwanda. It was an amazing country, amazing stages, very, very different to what we have here. They were quite smoother than what I was expecting. You know, some of the areas, yes, it was eroded a bit from the rains and washaways, but all in all, it was a nice event. It was well organized, and we had a lot of fun.
Okay, did the car really perform to your expectations, or it's still a learning process for you and your whole driver?
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people were watching in the first stage in town with the super special stage. We did have a bit of a challenge. The car in the morning it just refused to start. I think it was just some gremlins, you know, that were there, but the team managed to sort it out, and that was my first time driving on tarmac and actually driving on such a tight stage. So we did have some challenges, you know, with the hand controls. There was a lot of things going on, you know, the clutch, the gears, the throttle, the brake. It was quite overwhelming. So we weren't able to do much in the special stage, although our time wasn't too bad, wasn't too off from the nearest competitor in the ARC. But then when we came up to the open gravel stages, you know, we slowly began to get faster and faster as we progressed through the day. I was getting a bit more confident on the brakes, on the power, and you know how the car behaves is much different to the Evo. So you know, the Evo was quite heavy, a bit sluggish on the corners. This one is like, you know, you put the power down and it gives you its all. So it was very interesting to learn where we could now push a lot more than compared to with the Evo.
Okay, I've seen one battle so far on the African scene in 2022 when we went for the ARC scene run, and that was between Jas Mangat driving the Evo 10 and Amzana driving the R3.
Yes.
In your and Amza took the day. In your view, can the R3, is it a match to the Evo 10?
Sorry, you both pick in the R3?
Yeah, Amza was driving the R3, Jas was driving the Evo 10, and Amza took the day. So in your own experience, you've driven the Evo X and the R3 now, though you've only driven it in one event so far. Is it a match to the Evo 10?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the Evo 10 I was driving, you know, of course it was automatic transmission. It was a much heavier car than the other Evos that are in Africa. And we were running like a standard ECU. So in my comparison, if my Evo is much slower than the R3, I can see that. But then if you compare like maybe R4 Evo X, I think it may be comparable to the R3, especially on the long straights. I think the Evo has a better advantage. But if it's a very tight corners and you know, a bit winding, I think maybe the R3 may have an upper hand there.
Okay, so if you were to give advice to someone who wants to buy a car, buying an Evo X R4 and buying an R3, what would you give him or her?
Well, it all boils down to budget. The R3, of course, it is a bit much more expensive than getting a R4. But in terms of I think if you're an experienced driver, then I think the leap would be getting into a Rally 3 or even a Rally or a Rally 2 car, an R5. They're much more competitive, I think, in the long run.
Okay, so the next event on the ARC is the Equator Rally that is coming up next month. We should anticipate you to take part in that one as well.
Yeah, hopefully we should be all good to take part in that, because it being more or less in Nairobi, in Athi River. So yeah, we're looking forward to taking part in that if all goes well in the coming weeks. The car is more or less ready after taking it out in Rwanda. So we're looking forward to it. It's a home event. We'll be able to experience it in our terrain and see how we fare here.
Then lastly, about the quest on the ARC, you plan to fully do it next year, because this year we've only done one event so far. Tanzania was cancelled. The next event is Equator.
Yeah.
Should we expect you probably to go all out next year for the Era C3 Championship, because that's how it's categorized, Era C3.
Yeah, I mean, with the car that we have now, we do have a good opportunity to take part in the ARC. It is our plan. It's in the books, in the pipeline. 4 goes well, we definitely will be taking part in the ARC, and we see how we fare with on the continent. We see how we can perform.
And then on the KNRS as well.
It might be tricky if we do focus ourselves on the ARC calendar. Then maybe we might do a few selected events for the Kenya National Championship. But yeah, as I said, we'll see how everything fares going forward into next year.
Okay. Then lastly, in regards to the ARC, what I should call it advice would you give, because the steam in the ARC seems to be getting lower and lower every now and then. In the last event, in the previous event before the one in Rwanda, in Burundi, we only had 1 entrant in the ARC. In this one, we had Karan, you as well, and Mike Mukula Jr. as well. Of course, in different categories. Karan in ARC, you in ARC 3, then Mukula in ARC 2. What do you give to probably to spice up ARC going forward? That camps should think of to be adopted by on the continent.
Yeah, of course. I think the challenge is to have a car that is eligible to score points. I think I know there are a lot of cars in the continent which can conform to the regulations. I think the challenge is, of course, it boils down to sponsorship and funding, to be honest. But I like when we went to Rwanda, there was a lot of initiative from the clubs, from the local club that made it very appealing to go down, and compete. Like they gave us some fuel, just little things help. And I'm sure that I can't say for other countries because I haven't been, but I'm sure it's the same perception in like going to Tanzania or to Uganda, where as an international driver you're compensated slightly, where it gives you some more motivation to actually take part in such big events.
Okay, thank you very much for the time, and congrats upon that triumph. We can't wait for you in Kampala for the Pearl of Africa Rally. It should be one of those events you should be doing next year, God willing, when it comes to your quest for the ARC.
I hope so. I hope so too.
Okay, then I think you need to bid for Chate won the ARC and the KNRS as well in 2015. I think NIKHIL, you should as well try to follow Chate's footsteps. He won the with Google Panels.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see how the year fares. If it's possible, then we will try our best to contend for both those championships.
Okay. I have any parting shots to your fans here in Kampala. I have one called Aaron Samba. He was in Rwanda as well. He did co-drive Jonas Kansim in the Evo 8. I think they had issues and they dropped out of that rally, but he came back praising the way he drove that R3. I don't know what parting shots do you have for your fans in Kampala?
Well, I haven't been to Kampala yet, but I know the Ugandan fans are crazy. Even in Rwanda, they managed to make their way out there. It was very, very, very nice to see them out there. Even I know when the Kenya round happens, I'm sure they'll be there to support their Ugandan team and the support that they give the Kenyan drivers as well is very amazing. So I hope to see most of them out there in the Equator Rally. And a big thank you to everyone who's able to support me in this rallying scene.
Okay, NIKHIL, thank you very much. We'll talk to you in the near future.
Thank you, Kesh.
Okay. Kali, that is NIKHIL SACHANIA. The battery he needs time in the car. I was chatting him during the day. I mean, don't expect me to go all out. I need to learn because it's hand controls everything here. And the way he was moving, that namulako musafari, as if you're because the way he was moving, pushing the car. Unfortunately, enough no incident here. It was a connective one after safari. Very disturbing images, by the way. It's a propelling again after the R3. Yeah, debut in Zamurali, Rwanda. Of course, he had driven a sprint before in Kenya. But on the continent, now mubuza kucha ARC. How best can you recover? Nagamba nti Rwanda bagaba the incentives to. I think they have been doing it over and over again to kusikaba buzo kujja to spice up the. Nendo ze chiri nyoku does omuntu akola ARC. Okay, fine. Emwe singa zero, but chiri nyondo za kubana batali.
It's supposed to be enforced by CAMS. Incentives, you know, what any channel CAMS is take a center. Sometime back, as you can try to get out ARS, go get up one example, you had same paper. Ugrabanga killed the manga secretariat. Gainaka sente kajaya kavanga comes direct for all those we are doing ARCs.
Baba refining.
Baba refining. Baba refining some
MOTOCROSS.
Baba refining some costs according to the distance Jotambude. Wogins Zambia from where your source balaba nini babala bakuwa bakulifaninga kasente bogenda Rwanda ne bakuwa ugende Burundi ne bakuwa Uganda ne bakuwa low standard boboli home ngaba those are chiyamba it's an incentive jowo muvuzi izo kuba sinene nyo ne inabwe jajja wao omuvuzi nafuna n'amanyi okweyongera okola competing mu championship eno and those comes n'okutula wansi nabyo wegezo ku revamping ARS
ndio bali atogamba SACHANIA nga kwa submission yako how best because ya chiza ku incentives then nature moto wakati twali on last week bani the FIA World Governing Council batula mu Paris ne bakola decision a number of decisions regulations ne bajjawo ne creating what they call the historical championship. MOROCCO was over 1991 paka 2000 zigenda mu historical championship twakwira mukulu Moses Seguyano mu show G8 akina G8 version 6 historical Evo 2 paka Evo 6 historical kachiwa chiza wanu twaino kubera that is appendix K international sporting code kali wane Kampala madega next year era wegali
era historical championship
bano abahizi
bande musoke Evo 6
eri wansi yo ande mzene anje naka Evo 5
Evo 6 ya ande
ajo mama yanje
ndoza Evo 5 Evo 5
abo nabo neyo wansi ya mzee ande mugambi
mzee ande akatereza ajalo ne
championship
okutandikira wenyini okimanyi nti nno historical championship nemala etandika esobola okufuna mileage okusinga national olw'ensonga tutunulira factors za mirundi nga ena nti bangi abalina emmotoka ezo kitegedde bangi bamanya nti okay naffe tufunye kyetukola ki kuba kitegeeza bagenda kuba ne entries ezisinga eziriwa eziri eno ate jjukira nti bo bwe bavuga tewagenda kubaamu nnyo nti oli ayina emmotoka ey'amaanyi nga olaba nga nabagamba nti R5 ze zireese eki kyobola nti tutuuse ne ku extent okuba nti nno AR7 n'emmotoka meka satu tuddeyo ku kiki nabagamba kati singa historic ejja neekola bweti ng'ate competition eri ku level y'emu nti nze wagise iti mpira nja kubago wa Evo 4 awo yewajja okuba competition eyo ngaga eri ewaliki ewali competition ekino kubanga ajja kulaba okujja eno mu national agenda competinga ziri emmotoka zatasobola yaga wali eriwe waliki omulamwa kati wabanga emmotoka nyingi ziri eri oza sponsor wa agenda oteeka sente
naye kati kitegeeza nti without preempting the national competition rules za next year kitegeeza nti bwogera ku historical championship osikonya ku championships bbiri historical
ne overall
naye ng'ate tubadde ne issue wano clubs nga ziraba the creation of those divisions nga ziriwo 1 and 2 zikama club when it comes to awarding of prizes 1 to 3 and
so previous
event
historical agenda kuba co-opted mu national awo kati kiba tekikola
I don't know how they're going to do it.
Nze kyendowooza tesobola kubanga ogenda ku setting up championship ya historical yokka omwaka gwonna ogenda givuga
osobola
Ngawena events running alongside the NRCs.
Ngawola no. Ngawa tulina autocross. Autocross is running under Gunt. It's separate. Okay? So ekintu ekifanyiriza ngawola autocross events newe ziba nti ziri 5. Kitegeera ngaza yarona ku olu lumu
ya historical.
Kitegeera ngiso tunagamba zigenda kuba ku match. Yes, saka zinataka kusawa 2 kusawa musanvu tujja kuba tumaze nagandi story yes ngaddaka yeye ndo banaga ejja kuona ku Saturday Sunday abantu nabanga bali waka esobola okuwamba nga olaba era nja kuzza mu kwecho kulabirako is it rally cross e Kenya nga olaba rally cross e Kenya tesawe ne inachi
inaba
okusinga exactly kati kino kyennyini wabula mwanga mu kitadde mu national awo era obanga ina divisioning yogamba it's another class gyotadde waawo eyefaananyiza nga zi division zino kitegeera mu bufunzo boga nti nina overall sigitunulira nnyo
gamba etteeka bwe libalizenga lya ani bagiyisa batya historical championship bagikole nga bagamba nti historical championship eri stand alone eringanga ya autocross. Then don't talk about motoka kuno start awarding even the cars the manufacturers
bulungi
Subaruzi
kijja na kuzukusa ekirowoozo kyaffe kya NRC kwaga ntwandizeeyo motoka zino tukola kubanga essaawa eno omuntu okutogenda mukwata kifuba kumuga nti nitutegeeza mukole kino bajja kulwawo okukikola kyabzovinga muli nti mutuufu kino kyetwala tutegeeza naye kati wajjawo historical ye gundi answer genda okubaddamu nti nakiri kyalina kuba bwekiti mwalina kusooka kulekawo motoka zino ku championship tetunatuuka ku level ki
that decision by that amendment mu appendix K International Sporting Code eina yakyusa ekina effect trickle down effect ku essence bamu ino kya adoptinga then charge motoka ezo from the group S category kati nebazizamu historical because the group S category is the motoka group S
homologation
nenge ekyali mu conformity yayo mebayo how many cars do we have in Uganda is in that conformity
mizibu
group S
group S waziringo litajiteekanga tajikyusangako
keshi katuvuddeko bino tugamba kwati emulwa katugifudde nat yetuyita national ezo nazi falling under group S lwakuba tugifuula
babakiriza S
nekirizibwa it's an S kubanga homologation yayo yagwako bwobanga definition ya homologation bwe weddeko emulwa kefuuka group S it is as evo 8 zonna zigenda N10 zigenda N80
kiba kitegeeza nti historical championship wetandika mu myaka 2-3
tuba tulina ne trade off
bajja kwongera basikenda
zonna zi trade off ziba
7-8
okitegedde olwekitegeeza national efa lwaki okubeera ku national emotoka erina kubanga ehomologated
ya bbeeyi
kitegeeza olaga ate ogenda okulaba nga ekinyuzi kiri eno majority bali eno kitegeeza nga eroni nkukuba bwereeta 12 yonze ngenze nina 8 wagise 8 tugende okitegeera netwawula kwa manyi oyina mu 12 na mu 12 onsinza stability okitegeera nenze wano kustiru ndi kwiki wano mukuba akajiya okitegeera twesorting eyo naye ebyo byonna byonna nze eroni tetusobola kwambuka netusanga
karan
otegeera otegeera kakati national eba expensive nnyo ate wano mwaba wadde abantu kyebaagala kijja kumaliza nga neweba abantu bawagizi bajja tuuka nga balinda historical kubanga motoka ziba nyingi buli motoka erina abawagizi bekola ki bejja nabo
omukulu gwe yagamba suffering from depression ayina historical car era namuge depression kati kyalitika wakati strike mara wakulaini era weekend yabuzo kavuga sawa netokota mukko namuge nabyewulamu historical
naye kakati ntera abaine eddoboozi erituuka eyo kwegamba wansi gye kitandikira competitions committee I believe
bo bakitegedde bakipassivinze
kati mwe mwenyini mwine obakwata mubijje ku group mubayite we muti kasita nabanga historic esigadde
independent
jawulo zero
kale katikole ku nsimbi bwe tukomawo tuogere ku Uganda participation mu Film Africa MOTOCROSS of African Nations yabadde mu Morocco where we managed to come second behind South Africa katukomewo
historic ebegenda
Alright, we'll be back from that short commercial break. It's the Podium Shebirako every single Monday from 10 p.m. to midnight. It's in the world of motorsport. Uganda to Uganda, South Africa. Positive emotion conversation you have about the SACHANIA in that previous segment, then ARC. It's 19 days left to match day 5. Group K, working in African Cup of Nations qualification campaign. 2025 with Uganda topping the group by the group K 10 points, South Africa baina 8, Congo baina 4, Sudan tebaina. So we are 1 point away from qualifying. So nga 15 sawa 10 tubere nambo
ibaro biti
bali kufuna ufunyiddwa ku South Africa 19 days to go Mandela National Stadium sawa 10
twaina mmeka
aina 4
bagobe bibiri afuna mmeka
afuna 10
Wabaze tumina head to head.
So head to head.
Ngayo kabonero kamwe kuba
kati juga tuba South Africa. Samba Congo 4 days away on the 19th. So
tegeza tuvumbagatire South Africa.
Let's twana bali twaqualifying ngala South Africa twamu kwa away. Kwala mtu wana atugata. Nenga ticket prices eyo emitwalo ebiri egenze Katau nakula ero 28th eva konga 2. Nga 2 Alebad. Momo. Then regular igena kwa ibiri kitundu ku Momo. Then ordinary wojja kati nga kufa house no jigo jakwa mitwale 3 VIP mitwale 5 platinum 15 family VIP ingiza abantu 8 mitwale 3 mu ebiti. Family platinum bantu 8 milikwesi kaba
milikwesi kugira kochi
hospitality hospitality enough time never know bana byo
wali ngo rabiga shoulders ne ba president
never know bana byo
mubuza ko mbongako
abantu bameka
8 milikwezi
family platinum abantu 8 akakadde kamu
liko ne gundi hospitality muli bamu ne ngati game ya wetwakuba Congo waliwo enguliko jimanyi
nze mbuuza
nwajeja na performing awo era atuse fireboy
how do they determine family kubanga nze ndi wadde mbokwata kesho wange
ye family
munana
kati ngana chi platinum etulema banna
platinum che
kamu
ate jukira ali eri ngenda ali eri
kamu divide by 8
obochigadde
akamu akakadde kagabize mu 8
12 obusinze 15
okitegedde tuba tumusinze oli
abo platinum abo
okitegedde
so
tembabusa
so tubereyo 15 supporting friends okuja kenjalo chiri mpya wa saa 10 previous games are followed ya sawa kati game ya saa 10 so tubereyo supporting friends funaka bone ya kubeke
fayo kusawa mune kitundu nga kwakagwa eno mu platinum twatwa engwe yakansedde
eba atandise era some artist chigo banaleta
yanagwe banaleta
nagwe banaleta kale binagwe yagala
nze aya sinawa amanyi
okay hizo kudia
nali sabite musola
decision inakubanga ogenda gula ticket ya platinum yakakadde wakati yogenda ogula
tatwalo platinum ya 15 nange nyingiranga na 8 abamu mwa basi wezeza timu yange batu 8 solo gula eri eyo munganze platinum 10
lega lebanga la choice ngone ya inokunda artist wakakadde lega likutoyogere
nze Jantu jakuteza wamu.
Kale, team you. Cranes tubereyo tulumba mu yero by the way. That's hashtag training tulumba mu yero. Tapne Cranes tugezo kubidingo ngena Mafcon.
Tulumba mu yero.
Tulumba mu yero under coach Paul Put twakumugwa Mafcon 2019 under coach Sebastian Zabri. So that 1 point for against South Africa. Akubika ajakubika. Nambole for
try munyigide.
Yakalije yaje na kuba World Cup qualifiers. Na World Cup qualifiers really different from the African.
You know gonna desinzo okucha mu kibinjo mumanyi. Southern Sudan awe.
Juba. Amukubero amulekedde bulamoyo.
Kubanga oyo ngatukolako emikolo.
By Sudan by the way abadde akubwa naye abamuzibu kubanga gola results mu group A group
batitokero wazibu.
Kongo yamukuba 1-0 game yasooka. South Africa yamukuba 3-2 mu Juba. Tumukuba 1-0 wano. Then tumukuba 2-1 mu Juba. Kati agenda samba Congo. Congo ajja mu Juba. Then amala agende South Africa. Mu Johannesburg ndozi bagenda kusamba omupiira ogwo. So bado amukuba naye nga games bade close. It's not a walk in the park. South Africa by Sudan by improving zenyo in terms of football. Kali watch the spell on the 15th. Let's go support the Cranes of course game is going live. FUFA TV ne kuwa na 2.1 FUFA the platform zone is that FUFA. Kale George team Uganda tobadde Morocco mu Morocco South Africa Marrakech Morocco South Africa Nations basi abafuluma list alaka abantu 10 ya soko fuluma nadamira aka abantu edawenda aka abantu chienda yadda ko George kati
nina byempulanga bipya abantu 10 batya
list jendina
abagenda batambula
okay nema nefuluma atendanga kyenda ekyenda kyagenze
yasembyeyo nalebe ko ba riders 32 right ya riders
bajjeko ba parents bajjeko ba riders
so kati hiyo list baje to display the FUFA TV hiyo
ni namba zaabwe
ni namba kweziri kirasi Musede Winnie Solomoni
ekibuzo kyange ekyasooka ku list eyo
ekibuzo
Musede Judy Kyle ne Musede John Baruganda waba cousins okay ekitali kibuzo kyange kubanga ndabye emyaka bona bali mu jejimu ngaji batwa mu MX50 nga
batata ba Ruganda
okay ekitali
tata wa Judy Kyle Musede ye Dennis Musede tata wa Idrik Musede ye Paul Musede
Dennis Musede yali ku LDC
Dennis Musede yali ku LDC
na mula mu AGM ga interpreting court ruling nagamba nakube meze tugenda mwapi kale atulinda remember me mbade go byanyo sema kadde ku exoko nali mpuliriza ne there was the Twitter space the X space kale ngayogera but from history ngayogera ibintu binenga akanduka bang the tables got training and so emiseri ya bemeza omweje myaka tugenda mwapi
okay okusoka tusoka ntiyoza Uganda Motocross Cranes okuba nti no bagenze Morocco mu Motocross of African Nations 2024 ne bavaayo ne silverware ekyokubiri overall tubayoza ngayo mumanyi logistics ze Morocco nakakati ndowooza olugendo lujja batwala Congo olunaku lumu n'ekitundu okubanga bakomawo so event yoti yabadde nyangu bayise mu challenges nyingi naye ne bakituukiriza era tubayoza abavuzi baffe beebale kuvuga tulinamu abafunye injuries betusasira tusaba mukama abayambe basuuke mangu abavuzi abalungi ddala tuyinza obutabalako mu round 8 eya national olw'ensonga nti abamu bakoseddwa nnyo okugeza nga Apple Milton akaki obote yadde avuga mu MX2 yadde alina okuyambako Stavao yafunye obuvuni Ethan Jasakatek yadde alina okuva nga ayambako gift yawo teyasobodde kumalako naye yafunye multiple fractures mukono ne mukono nkola so naye bonna surgeries zabadde successful baba discharge nzwaliro ku makya Dani Mitimba naye yaguddemu ekigo naye yamaze n'akomawo kyekimu ne alikimera so be bavuzi ndowooza ababadde bali crucial nnyo okuba nti badde balina otulotera obubonero naye nebitambula bwe bityo naye era tekyaganye basigadde okulaba nti nno baleetera Uganda obubonero obungi era twafunyemu champion babiri omu nina okwerabolating championship ye naye nga Stav Holland yadefendinze title ye
ndalabye ku stika ye nga kuliko 1
yasinga mu MX2 South Africa Cape Town so yakizeemu nakidefendinga nawangula yali captain ate kati eyondooza yengule eyokusatu mu event eyo kwa yagiwangulako nga kyali mu 85 kati yazzeemu nagiwangula mu MX2 emirundi ebiri egidiringana
yadala nabuli obusajja obuzibu nga waliwo obusajja obwali buvuga emoto piki bwe bwali wano egaluga nga waliwo obusajja mu kategori eyo bwali obuzibu
kakati ndowooza nawo tujja kwogerawoko nti matches twakoze bulungi kubanga twali tuludde okuba abokubiri overall mu recent meetings twali tuludde okuba abokubiri twali tubeera nnyo kyakusatu kyakusatu awo mu gunze tubadde nazo wano yes kakati naye ate temuwerabira history nti twawangulako kuki ku MOTOCROSS of African Nations 2012 so aim yaffe oba aim ya Uganda yabadde ya kuwangula Morocco yelisto okola ntino abavuzi badde tugatutwale nga abavuzi bangi ukonga waliwo omuntu avuga nti twavuzi bangi tusobola okukola ki osqualinga naye atwali twetagamu okuba muko guided then nekirala nga omanyi yes Victoria bawo nemugato kale twabadde bakubiri naye where did we go wrong where did we go wrong kubanga I believe twandibadde tuba ne ba championinga twali tuyinza okuba ne ba championinga nga basatu ekitono ennyo kubanga one twali ne financial challenges mwazira bano to the extent of going to the parliament ne tuba nti ebyo byonna buli kintu kyonna nga kirimu kati nga wola nti Morocco yabadde wala financial challenges ezo nti yadde very expensive okutwala obutwazi piki tosobola kuzivuga wansi nti oba mwasindisa emmotoka mulina kuzeya liftinga n'abavuzi tiketi y'omuvuzi just omuvuzi omu yabadde mu dola ekitono ennyo ndowooza baasasoza $300. That's almost 4 million plus. Kati just imagine one family nga olina abavuzi babiri abavuzi bana nga bonna bali ku national team
ate bayendo the issue in the continental transport najo it's one of those that is contributing a high
okitegeera nti
because kunteina flight ye that direct flight
teina direct flight olina okusookako either olina okusookako Doha oba Turkey Istanbul there's flights ezabaddewo yes itinerary eyo nti kuva wano Istanbul nojja Casablanca Istanbul Marrakech ate nwabaawo endala itinerary nga yadde olina okuva wano n'ogenda ndowooza either Doha then ate Casablanca ate Marrakech no nyonyi era nayo okitegeera nti still ne Morocco sooka gwa Casablanca ate n'okugenewa e Marrakech n'okudda kyekimu nti oyinza mu bufunze ennaku 2
okuba agenda Ivory Coast bandama Ethiopia n'ava wano Addis Dubai Paris, France, I think it was Paris. Then naloka ajja then namana then
ya musukuru
naloka again
ya musukuru
ne gundi Uganda Land they bade chikola bagezaako to open up as many kwa Abuja then baina daily flight Bujumbura bagudde Lusaka by the way kati so you can easily go to
soka tuolaba itineraries ezo ezenyonyi 1 omuvuzi abakoowa okitegedde okutuukayo nga mbutuufu akoze eki
yamenyesedda
akooye yes
fatigue
so oluusi ebyo byonna byonna byaffectinga performance yaki y'abavuzi kati then wetuddayo ndowooza ku bintu ebimu bye tulina oba aba administrators baffe bayize nti time is a factor gye tulina okusooka okutunuulira mu bintu ebiti nti muyina okutandika okwetegeka ndowooza emyezi nga3 okubanga buli kimu mukikola ki so that one mufuna challenge muyina time ey'okudda mukole ki okukola ebintu so nja kukulaga ekyokulabirako kwegamba wabaddewo okusiitaana mu kufuna visa nti batuuse okuba nga tebamanyi nti ki tebamanyi nti bakola ki oba banaagenda visa nezijja last minute nezijja nga bazaawudde ate omwana afunye ate omuzadde tannafuna ate oluusi omuzadde afunye ate omwana tannafuna
nalabako akajjawo ku social media aga Uganda team eri stark there was a post
yatuuse Casablanca n'atuuka
Marrakech bana kiddako kofeti ate
kati ezo zaali bikes nti bikes zaatuuka kati nga wozimanyi kati okuzikiriaringa okulaba nti nate bazikanga zigende eyo nayo yali challenge naye despite all that basobodde okuvuga ne babeera mu kyokubiri naye nga eyo event kyemanyi DVP Arthur yali amanyi nti eno tulina okukola ki okugiwangula yes tulina okugiwangula then ndowooza buli kimu kituwa ekyokuyiga nti wetuba tugenda okuvuga kati nga event ng'eye Morocco tulina okusooka netumanya abavuzi abagenda okuvuga netuba tabatwala for granted tubakolako research kati okugeza wenandibadde nga bampadde ku position eyo nga manager our fastest rider kati essaawa eno yadde captain staff essaawa eno otutunuulira okusinza nga bagenza okuvuga staff yavuzeemu MX2 naye wadde kale yadde adifendinga title emu MX2 naye switch to MX1 yabadde emwata obuzito nti yagenze ekwanga fena tukimanyi nti MX1 eringa premier weyandikyusiza n'agenda mu MX1 n'akompitinga kubanga kati MX1 yeyabadde erina omuddusi kati staff okuvuga n'omulenzi kati we Morocco gwe bayita sad ate somanya nti wadde wajja kuba competition era staff yadde ajja kuwangula gundi era naye awulire nti nkoze eki mpangudde tight eno kubanga
MX2 kyaffe
anti nakyo tujja kifuna bwe tuti South Africa teyasindise South Africa eba tesindise dira n'oga nti n'abavuzi bange babiri benkola ki beneesiga kakati ani ayinza okusobola ono muki oli owawaggulu nti awo staff ajja musobola kati fo tunikirira wano wansi ezo oba omaze okusekiwalinga taitezi biri okitegedde kubanga individual titles oba omaze ozikola ki ozisekiwalinga noma nti okay kati South Africa engeri gyetaleese wano wentunulawo tewaliiwo nnyo kati staff wano eba west wano tumuteekewa oli ajja kumukakkanya bulungi nnyo fortune kati jangu wano awo obeere nti okoze eki okimaze kati era newotunuulira kati nga era mu 1-5 timu yaffe ate yakoze bulungi nnyo 1-5 ng'olaba nti singa gift ono omulese mu 1-5 twali tujja kufuna ku bubonero obulungi koko okubanga abaana baffe babadde eri wansi mu bya 8 so ate gift yadasobola okubeera owookusatu mu kategori eyo ng'ali ku piki ye gy'adde avuga ennaku zo gy'amanyidde. So nti olina okusooka n'onoonya ttiimu ziyimidde zitya, n'onoonya ku baana abo bakola batya, then you select a team. Kubanga oba manager oga nti ono agenda kuvuga wano baba bakuwadde right as a manager, so ono wano
ate sama backfiring. Give an example. Stav no elevating from MX2 yali defending champion yagenda ogenda mu mindset yenga ali defending a championship. If you make such a decision young ogami, it must maybe prior 3 months early, because if I'm a competitor, I'm the champion, definitely all my mind sights are set to defend the championship. Okay, MARRAKECH no mukuru wate
tomukyusiza MARRAKECH wano ng'oselectinga team. Osooka first of all woba selectinga team tuyina etteeka eritugaidinga. Osooka n'oweesigama ku tteeka. Etteeka likugamba nti
myaka
ku bantu 5 bali selected per category,
the best two
like you alternate. Since Kesh ne Aaron be bagenda okuscoringa n'ekyo Samakulu akiikidde bwereere. Aaron agenda kukola mu hit esooka ne Kesh bakoba omu abeere namba emu omulala 2 obubonero bagenda otwala mu hit 2 ate Samakulu ajja abeere nga yawangudde ate Kesh nga yewokubiri. Kati bagenda twala bwange ne wani aba Aaron obona bwa Kesh wa Aaron tebagenda kola kikwanga takoze bulungi, batwala ababiri abasinza okukola obulungi. Kakati nti woba selectinga kikuyamba nako noga nti kakati bano be bantu banga ababiri benkola ki bembesingako okukola kyokundetera obubonero. Kati nojolondayo omulala substitute kubigwa bitalaze kube nade nesiga kuliko yafunye injale awo piche yafudde nga avuga otegeera ono nakola ki nakavalinga. Kati kikuyamba mu bintu bingi, calculations wali mu bubonero tukomawo kubina ebintu nti tiimu ebantu nonga ne budget gyo presentinga eyanguyira omuntu ogamba nti okay katwale basatu kurimu basatu ati simanya nti omuwa force wani nawo ki omulala. South Africa wekola South Africa tebavuzi bangi eina ne weta ngayo ngete yali semu MX2 nenga yemaze okubala ba yade ina abavuzi basatu mu MX Vets ewabo bagita MX3 mu abavuzi wa MX3 mweyaje naga gwe kati gwe wegatte ko oli mugende mu MX1 tegeera nga onoga kakati asafu vayo mu Vets genda mu MX1 nengo kimanyi bonyo nti asafu asobola okujja n'ateekawo embeera era nakola ki n'aleeta obubonero okitegedde. So oyino South Africa yawangudde naye tereeta bubonero bungi tereeta abavuzi bangi eno wansi
strategy
ejja kuleeta abaana nga yalese bana mu 50 nereeta 2 mu 65 nereeta 2 mu 85 olaba nti yo teyakonsiderenze nakiri 2 ndowooza nejja mu 125
emboko zaayo
ninga ate no teyaleese embooko ndowooza olwa abavuzi abasinga okudduka kale njaga tebazze kyova ngambye nti bajje mu MX3 ne bateekawo naye ebala nega okusinziira ku batumanyi badde bakompitinga naffe bakompitinga n'abaana abalala bonna ezambia zo so batumanyi nebagaa kakati wano tutwala wano tuyinza okukola ki okukola naye eno wansi eno waba wakambwe tulina abaana balina okuleeta obubonero kati eno baleeta ki wansi ng'omanyi nti abazadde abaana oluusi baana wiiri nga ganze nja teekamu owange omwana ssente waliyo n'abo nti okay bantu tujja bafandinga nti n'abo abaani abalala bagala okugenda nti nze wende owange kasa mufunira kino ebisigadde nja kukola ki nja mutwala eno ne baleeta ki abaana kyovola nti wansi eno baleetanga abaana bangi era nabo baleese bana naye olwa klasi esigadde zonna two people kati
katukole ku nsimbi bwe tukomawo other segment of today's show tumalize team Uganda's performance in the MX Africa MOTOCROSS of African Nations yadde wali Marrakech twamalira tumalira kyakubiri and the number of issues zendabye wano during the day forum about people giving their views about Uganda's performance vis-a-vis the support being given to Team Uganda in terms of motocross in relation to rallying. I think where the difference is in the two events in Katinga Rwanda, it was not Team Uganda. So these ones went as a team.
Your Uganda motor rallying team, you're flagging Guako off.
Yeah, flagging
Guako.
Again, the Rwanda event. Yes. Never one could
Umaka go to flagging and make campus.
They have not, because Ugandans have gone out to compete in events.
Kale,
we pick it up from there.
You are watching Fufa TV, the home of Ugandan sport.
All right, I'll be back from that short commercial break. We're into our last segment of today's show, the podium. NIKHIL Samba, co-driver Constant Racing. It's Gary about the Munana. Munana Tambulit. So was all
They not ya hola.
As in a color.
To try the
soko that's in your
It's not a try. Tanimram section Yokuna 10 kilometers.
Every guy. Cadillac.
Neda. They try to take a kite for 27 kilometers to Wako 10 to Jana to call 14, 57. Auntie, those are what we want to do.
Voka Cananura now. Mother of Vam. Mama leading a lady. George.
Cananura Vera.
I will come. I'm saying, I guess you go. We are dropping out. By the time we dropped out of this ride, we are leading 18 seconds. I'm going to solve the competition. Results.
Kakati, mu MX50, yasinze yadde mu South Africa, bamuyita Joshua Zion Node, then owokubiri yadde trading, South Africa Alessandro Green, yadde mu kyakusatu mu kyokuna wande mu Tian Shepo mu kyokuna, then Jude omwana waffe Jude Kyle champion waffe mu 50 n'aba wakutaano. Waliwo ya leadinga n'agwamu awo ku jump ndowooza ka pressure nga obimanyi, ate kati mu mpaka zino nabuno obwana kasitokkamu booti wansi okudda okukachinga kiba kizibu. So yabadde 50, mpozi omunauganda yazzeeko awo yadde Idrik era kazini we mu kifo ekyomunaana eyadde 50 nga nsomyeko abo. Kole pozi munemuganda omulala yazzeeko awo mu kyomwenda yadde Helena Birungi omwana omuwala era ye yawangudde empaka z'abaana abato abawala. Mujjukire nti mu motocross African nations usually badde bali organizing ladies women in motocross abakulu kranka kwa 85 okudda waggulu kati nga tekiri fe atubadde tuweerezayo complaints nga suggestions n'abato abawala bandu badde considered kati eno event yasoose gye baagala okigezesa so babadde recognized naye nsuubira ntooza gye tugenda mu maaso bajja kifuula nga kiri muki mateeka nga bascoringira neki neggwanga separately ne kati wano badde babagasse naye nga barecognizing abaana abo abawala. So mbufunze Helena Birungi aba yabadde champion mu baana abawala aba MX50 era nga yayingidde mu bitabo because nga muna Uganda asoose. Yes.
So mu event badde n'aba champion basatu.
Ba champion babiri.
Stav
ni Helena. Onayo mulala gwe omanyi.
Baba baadaye n'ekikopo kyakuba wano naye.
So babiri then ne tubeera ne Solomon Winyi mu 11 era bwe betyo bagenze. Abigail Muwanguzi yadde mu 17 mu 65 65 ja kunsonyiwa nzinoonyako wano 65 eyawangudde bamuyita Ohan Graven nga mwana mu South Africa, eyazzeeko yabadde mu Zimbabwe Victor n'erinnya eryokubiri zimu okusoma Nyamufufu Kuduza something like that, yadde owokubiri Haruna Mubiru ye Africa's number 3 2023 2024 so kitegeeza nti 65 podium twagifunye era nga Haruna Mubiru tumuyozayoza okuba nti enamba 3 Africa 2024 mu kyokuna mulimu ademu Isaac Kabera Mitima, mu kyokutaano mwademu Isaiah Lare Sekamwa, abo nno n'abavuzi ba Uganda. Then ataawa Bannakenya ne baddako awo Ashraf Mbabazi Junior yadde mu 13, Ethan Musede yadde mu 12, beddiringanye 12, Ethan Paul Musede then ne Ashraf Mbabazi mu 13. Yadde no 65 wabula 65 yaffe ye yawangudde
collecting points.
Yes, or collecting a country trophy. Twawangudde olw'ensonga nti South Africa nga kyekyo kyengambye yali sababuzi babiri kati ne omu n'agwa n'afuna fracture eyadde in fact yadde leadinga n'agwa after one hit. Ne wadde bamuyita Viv Howell yagudde n'afuna fracture tasobodde kudda mu hit 2 kati ono n'abanga stand alone kati nga yakola ki kati so definitely awo
yatute individual ne yatute team
ya South Africa funye champion mu South Africa naye team trophy Uganda yagitutte ate Zimbabwe nayo yasindika omuvuzi omu so era kyefaananyirizaako ne tiimu endala yawo gye twawangudde country trophy yabadde abakyala nti abakyala twatutte babiri Sharifa ne Swansea Sambo mu kyokuna ne mu kyomukaaga obubonero nga obugatta businga obw'abaana abazze omwomu awo nawo ne tukikuba kati awale twadde tujja okuwangula era watukoze obubi oku country trophy we wano Stavo yawangudde kubanga Milton yamenyese kati era Stavo ne kyefaaniriza nga ekya 65 kati nga Stavo ali bwomu talina backinga ate Walidi teyagenda so singa tatulina Milton nga adafunye obuzungu waliwo Walidi awo kyekyo nadde ngamba nti oteekawo naliwo omulala gw'olina okukola ki okutwala nti Walidi yandibadde akola ki agattawo ne Walidi teyakola ki teyagenda so ne tuba nga awo nawo tetwasobodde kuwangula country trophy naye nga twali tugiraba nti naye inakuba ki yaffe ndowooza zeezo country trophies twawangudde yabadde WMX ne 65 ne 65 awasigadde twadde ku podium most of them ng'ogyeko ndowooza 1 to 5 gye twakoze obubi masters twadde tetulina nnyo bavuzi president yadde atukikiridde mu masters honorable yasse ekiwuubiro naye nga naye ali omu Morocco erina abo basatu so ate ne president yagenze leeti hitemu teyagivuze kweganga twali tetuyinza kukola ki kubaawo na bubonero so awasigadde ntuba mu podium tugenda mu 85 85 gye bayita MX Lights eyagiwangudde mwana muddugavu yakava mu 65 bamuyita Kabelo Ledaba mu South Africa neyamuddirira muyita Ruben Kawood naye mu South Africa. Owokusatu yadde mu Morocco Jonas Tahere then ate Malcolm Gift Tabula n'abeera mu kyokuna Sebuguzi n'abeera mu kyokuna ndowooza eyadidde mu bannayuganda yadde Jason Barrows yamayidde mu 11 naye nga ne Uganda awo Jason Barrows oluvannyuma lw'okuba nti Ethan Kateke yamenyese kubanga Ethan Kateke is faster than Jason naye yagezako kufiiringa Jason Barrows yagezako kufiiringa gap era n'abanga scoring obubonero ye nani ye ne Gift okulaba nti ya tusobola okubeerawo kaawo mu kyokusatu So 85 nayo bwetyo yagenze. Then wetugendako mu 125 nga inage 125 wano tetwakoze bulungi nnyo. Mu South Africa yawangudde Winter Ronald Graven yawangudde Amin Bel Said ndoza mu Morocco yadde wakubiri, Madagascar yadde wakusatu, Rokato Marinainana Jeremy amanya ago yana sasidde bagundi ba commentator ade bazogerera amanya gaba Madagascar yadde wakusatu, Colin Simonson onono mu Tanzania yadde wakuna, Gabriel Selisto oyo mu Zambia mu kyokutaano, kale Malcolm Omoding yadde mu kyomusanvu nga mu Uganda, Dani Mitima n'aba mu kyokumi n'omujjukira nti alina naye hijja atavuze oluvannyuma lw'okukola ki lw'okugwa. Yabadde 125. Then ate mu MX1 kanso ngendeko mu ladies Sharifa Katete owaffe yadde wakuna, Swansi n'amuddirira Zainabu Sambo Kobusinje gwe tumanyi nga Swansi nabira mu kyokutaano. Yagiwangudde eno kategori eno bamuyita Lee Haygate yadde adifendinga emirundi n'emirundi abalongo abo tebazze. Kati omu South Africa yazze bamuyita Menk Kaud ye yabadde mu kyokubiri. Mu kyokusatu mwabaddemu Atete Benzinge mumanyi bulungi wa Kenya yajja n'avugako na wano, so yadde mu kyokusatu. Nti Zambia yasindise omukyalo omu, South Africa omukyalo omu, Kenya omukyalo omu, Morocco naye yadde inoomu. Then fe Uganda tulina babiri awo ne tusobola okuba twadde strategic nyaawo. Then mu MX1 eyawangudde bamuyita Sad. Sad oyo muddu Saad avuga France bwatyo, so yabadde muzibu mukko. Owokubiri yabadde Kalan Broski mu South Africa. Then Fortune Center mu n'abeera ku kyokusatu ye Podium endala gye twafunye. Then
Africa's number 3 MX1
Wazir yadde mu kifo kya 11. Tetumanyi buzibu ki bwe yafunye naye bwe kityo bwe kyagenze. Mu MX2 mukimanyi bulungi wano we twatutte championship. Defending champion Stav Holland yakitutte, era ye Munnayuganda yakulembedde, yamuzeeko yabaddewo Morocco bamuyita Nom Jayal yadde owokubiri. Ate Kentin Ryan mu Madagascar yabadde wakusatu. Waneeno we twadde tusuubira okuba ne Apple Milton Obote yadde mu kya 10 nga atavuzeeko hiti emu yokka teyasobodde kukola ki. Then Ashimba Bazi Junior mu kya 13. So webitwe byagenze naye nga overall twabadde mu kifo kya kubiri nga South Africa yatusinze ate Morocco neddako.
Alabye babadde ne 586
ne 479 nga Morocco ina 447.
Difference of 106.
106
points. Then Madagascar mu kyokuna.
Madagascar mu kyokusatu.
23 na Kenya mu kyokutaano.
Tanzania yambaana registeringa ku
tenaba registeringa naye simanyi lwaki kyekigibisizaawo naye nga ejja ne participating ng'ejja ebeeramu
ne wano yajja
naye nga so bwetyo event yagenze naye nga twali tusuubira okuba nti kikopo kyali kirina kuba kyaffe naye ndowooza omanyi ng'event beba eri ewala mugeramu nakamyo nti tuli wala ate n'okusinza South Africa yasindika abavuzi nga tulabanga abangu naye South Africa teyina we yali ebaddeko nyangu eva naye engeri gye tuzimbamu ekintu gye kiraga at one time tugenda kulevelinga nabo tubeere nga competition weeri kwansi okwo ekyokulabirako nti essaawa eno ffe tuzimbye abaana abawala teyo class jukira nti emabega ako twali tugitwala era bwe twatutte twawangudde kati tulina abaana betugenda okuzimba tuzimba nga tujja kubafuna mu championship eziwerako otunuire no wansi gye tuvudde mu 50
abuuza nti the difference between the champion and the winner konga ade walisha mbadengamba chiche na yuko adaga gift Uganda ibana champions basatu Stavu then Helen ne gift kati na day walina gandi gift yangu demo hit kaya mawulira the difference between the winner and the champion.
Okay. Obo wangu the heat. Obo wangu the heat. Era you get to the podium never kuwa trophy yo kuangula heat. Na yo okubeera champion oyina okubanga obonero bwo gathering mu hits meka satu to be at the top. Toyinza kuba nti zo noziridde. Staff yezo naye aziridde well and good onawangula.
After individual hit winning.
Yes, kati omwana mu South Africa eyawangudde mu 85 yawangudde hits bbiri ezisooka otege eyokusatu ndo yaguddemu najja n'abalira mu kyokusatu tegedde kakirezo ogatta abiri aga hit 1 abiri aga hit 2 sigaana n'ogattako ne 15 ezadde mu kyokusatu yabanga alina obubonero 5 mu 5 okitegedde kalate gift yawanguddemu hit n'aba n'abiri ate waliwo oyabadde oba wa 10 something like that so oyina okugatta hit 1 ne 2 ne 3 okuba champion wa category.
So kati gema mufunze gift ya winner wa hit
yawangudde hit yasembiyo kusatu yawangudde
third overall
kubanga soka afuna abiri da 17 da 15 in that order
yabadde fourth overall
okay
yes Renzo yafunyemu kawuzu wa pichawo mpulira ne engine kubanga balina okukyusa ndowooza a blessing this guys into already picha yagenza okufaamu awo nga kateeka amaze okugwa so nga basokukyusa engine ne bateeka wapisi engine
tatusa picha yona
bate bagikoze scrutineering ku gift so kati wakiri oleta engine kwanga pichi ya chassis
wali
tochusa chassis
autabagwe bagiscrutineering eno yono
number ya
okitegedde kakati okukyusa olina kukwata nokyusa
bwenkola chassis number bbiri nganze kyesalinga bikes bbiri
ekyo nakyo oba oligesanze bbiri kati kiri nti yazigestalinze
wali kadde point ya entry wali okimalira wali incident yaliko ebusiika olijjukidde
no instance eri
kale jojo wale nyoko ekyo team Uganda mukulikeyo tujja kufuna ndowooza abamu ku baabaddeyo tujja twadde fili wano wajja
kuteeza ku barrows
barrows agatuwe John Barrows limu kale as we part katogereko ne Emil incident twagezaako mufuna from Dabaina event in Morogoro. Yasina saji yawangula. Unfortunately, we've been hampered by the network, but finally, tumuina katuwaimu kona ya tubuli what really happened, and even then, about the era, spiritual era, mushe, but trawos in the era, CDC. Bajira issues of financial constraints. In so much event, yavawa. Okay. Emil, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
How are you and how's Tanzania with Dar es Salaam?
Yeah, it's really nice from Tanzania. Very, very nice evening, and I hope everything is well there in Kampala, Uganda, right?
Right. I didn't see you in Kigali. What happened? You didn't enjoy yourself last time?
We just finished the Morogoro rally. Then Kigali was just next week, and when I went to Morogoro, I did not bring my passport, so I had to get back, and time was like really not okay with me. So maybe next time, I hope maybe to be at the awards, fair awards probably. So if you'll be there, maybe we could meet up there. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll try to be there. Then are you coming for the Equator?
Equator Rally in Kenya?
Yeah.
I'm really not sure, but hopefully, we as photographers, it's just still 50-50. I'm not so sure, but probably I might or I might not. So until further notice, right now I cannot answer that. Yeah. So
okay. You guys did host the RRC this year. The reason in there we saw that it was the issues to do with financial constraints. What really happened? Because the RRC is a prestigious event.
Yeah, so for this year, everything was settled, and we were supposed to have RC in Iringa like last year, but unfortunately, it was because of financial problem. But when we just concluded our third NRC here in Morogoro, and the main sponsor of this event, Mkwawa, promised all the fans there that the next year ARC will be in Morogoro. So we hopefully next year ARC will be in Morogoro. So yeah, next year it will be there. When they were giving awards, he promised in front of all the drivers and all the medias and the district commissioner of Mvumelo district in Morogoro also there. So next year we'll have ARC in Morogoro. So don't worry about that. Yeah.
Okay, then quickly, run us through how has the season moved for you guys. You had an event last, I think 2 weeks ago now, where a very, very unfortunate incident. What really happened in that event, culminating into the burning out of that N10?
Okay, first of all, to all the fans all over East Africa and Africa watching the show, the last event we had was National Rally Championship round 3, and we had a total number of 18 cars. You know, on the last 2 events here in Tanzania, we didn't have so many cars as the one in Morogoro. Good thing we had like 2 R5s in Tanzania, one of Yasinasa and the other was of Altaf Munge, and that was the current R5. And also we had Ahmed Well and Shanto, to all the people who like know these legends, and so many people. So we come to this event. So to this the car that got accident, this was the car of Farhad Mustafa. And Farhad Mustafa is a very, very good navigator. He's been navigating lots of drivers. He navigated for Shazad Munge, he navigated Nahid team, and this year he was debuting his rally. And so, to all the people who doesn't know, that car was, it's a car owned by Emmanuel Limo, who is also a rally driver from Arusha, Tanzania. So, you know, so what really happened is that this was the second day of the event. Day 1, he really did very, very nice, and that was day 2. Third, it was the third round when he was just driving, and what he was saying is just when he was driving, I think there was some problem with the steering, so he went and hit the tree, and then from there his navigator, he talked to his navigator, and then they were like feeling some smoke, and then they had to get out of the car, and then, you know, fire, like there was fire in the car, and they tried, some of the driver was also passing, they come and try to help, you know, using the fire extinguisher to get the fire done, but it was not like really, the fire extinguisher was like really, they could not help, and the fire came late, so yeah, the car was just like finished, and right now, yeah, the car cannot be used again. Yeah. Have you spoken to any of them, the driver, the co-driver, since that incident? Yes, of course, I've spoken to all of them, Farhad Mustafa and his navigator. Of course, it's a very, very hard situation for him, you know. Can you imagine, this was his first rally as a driver. He's been participating in most of the rally for too long. This was his first rally, and he got that accident, and the car is not his. He rented just to use it. So, of course, it is the hardest time of his life. But to all the people in Uganda and all in Kenya and in Tanzania who wants to help him, right now here in Tanzania there is a fundraising for him and Emmanuel Limo so that he could get a new car. So here in Tanzania we have started that, and please, Mr. Kesh, you can tell your followers in Uganda and in Kenya and all of Africa who wants to support him. We're doing a donation for him so that he could get a new car again. So that's what is happening right now, so that we could, give him the spirit of rallying again, Yeah. And another thing is, he worked very hard for that car, If the car belonged to Emmanuel Limo, as you know, Emmanuel Limo is one of the best driver in Tanzania. He's been helping lots of drivers. To all the people who doesn't know, this is the same car that Prince Nyerere also debuted with. So you can see it's a car that has been helping lots of drivers. So yeah, so that's all what we're doing here in Tanzania, trying to donate him so that he can get a new car. So yeah, to anybody who wants to do something, please, yeah, that's it, my friend.
Okay, you share me the details, and I will definitely issue them out to the Ugandan motorsporting fraternity out there, and they see they can give you a hand as well.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so when is your next event? And how many events are you left onto the calendar before the end of the season?
Okay, so far we have done 3 events. We started the one in Iringa, that's the southern part of Tanzania. Then we went again to northern part of Tanzania, that is Tanga. Then we were doing another event that was in Morogoro. And then we're going to have another event that is coming on 17th of November. This year in Arusha. So this will be the final event. And as of now, I can take you to overall driver standings right now. So we have Manville Billy, who is leading right now with 81 points. He's participated in all of the events. On the first event, he got 34 points. In the next event, he got 26 points. And so number 2 is Gopal Sanvu. He is a driver from Arusha. He's having 53 points. We also have Rajdi. Is number 3. Then we have another driver, Warid Nahid. And also we have Vishal Patel is number 4. Number 6 is Randip Singh. This is the brother of Manville. And we also have Yasin Nasa, who is number 6 with 34 points. So, and the list it goes on and on and on. So it's really going to be like really nice. And also for navigator, we have Ravi Chana from Kenya, who is leading with 81 points. He's navigating Manville. And also number 2 is Dev C. Hoka with 53 points, and number 3 is Zubei Peredina with 53 points. So next event will be in Arusha, 17th of November. The place is called Makuyuni. And as of now, as we all know, from the Arusha Motorsports Club, they just advertised from their Instagram posts. And the good news is we'll have some drivers from Kenya as legendary rally driver Ian Duncan. You know Ian Duncan, right?
Yes.
So Ian Duncan will be participating in this Guru Nanak rally of 2024 here in Arusha. So we'll come with his iconic Nissan pickup. So I think also we might get some cars from Kenya. We also, to all the people who doesn't know, also we have Harry Singh. Harry Singh will also be participating in this Guru Nanak rally, and it's going to be like really good event. And this is the last event, so lots of drivers are planning to be there. So in Tanzania, we have lots of drivers. I'm sure Manville, Rajdi, Amapiano, you know Amapiano Motorsports, Walid Knight, and yeah, so lots of people will be there. I also lots of drivers from Kenya as well. We're still waiting for the entry list. Probably they will release later. So far, yeah, so that's the next event.
Okay, Emil, thank you very much. We definitely talk to you ahead of that event. You said it will be on the 17th. You run us through the itinerary event, the entry list as well in that show before the 17th, so that our viewers and listeners can as well be brought up to speed regarding the upcoming points. Regarding the upcoming event.
Yeah, and also to all the viewers who really wants to get like all the highlights in Tanzania, they can check on my YouTube as well, and they can just check all the highlights. And thank you so much for pushing. Are you coming for the Arusha for the Guru Nanak?
I really doubt.
Okay, I don't know. Probably we could catch up. Probably maybe in Equator. If I'll come, probably we could catch up there or in Rwanda. You know.
Yeah.
But good job.
Okay.
So, and to all the people in Tanzania, how can they get like this, the show and everything?
We'll definitely upload and we'll give you a link.
Thank you so much.
Okay, you didn't tell us your YouTube channel?
My YouTube channel is Millinex, MILLYNEXT, Millinex. And I don't know if you have time, but last time you asked me about motorsports, about bike. So we had some 3 drivers who went to participate in motocross in Morocco. So they did really well. But also we had the motorbikes here in Tanzania, they had some enduro events. And another thing here in Dar es Salaam, you know, Dar es Salaam is the big city. It's like Kampala. So here there are some sprints here. We had like 3 sprints right now in Dar es Salaam, and lots of people are coming. And last week we had this Tanzania Automotive Festival where like lots of people with their cars, with their Subaru, with their all were there to show their skills. So the motorsport is coming alive again back in Dar es Salaam. So it's really coming up. And for the next year, we will have lots of sprints in Dar es Salaam. So yeah, so far, and also the bikes. The bike here, they usually do lots of enduro. So they are really good in enduro. So yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll talk to you ahead of that event that will take place in, we talked about the Guru Nanak, which will be a 4th round of the Tanzanian National Rally Championship. Okay, that was Emil from Tanzania. You guys, our prime is Pastor George Akatalekeka.
Pozi njaga osoko okulisaayo motocross cranes n'obuwanguzi e Morocco bebali nnyo bebayire ddala. Ane ntegeza nti tuzaako enduro ku Saturday no empata mkono ku Brick Farm, then ate wetunavaayo Jonathan Katende ajja kuba agenda kuvuga round 8 Kenyan National Motocross Championship.
Regarding that Kenyan Motocross Championship, very vibrant one, because socials, it's one of those ones that really takes everyone by storm. Okay, so, when is round 8?
Round 8 again kwa na kuzomwezi 10 if they do November, if they don't postpone it kwanga echwale chinzo kujipostponing sa because the Kenyan team again in Morocco bikes is away singa zituka mbudde weri.
So you confirm with me?
Postpone depending on
road and it one.
Kulisayo MX cranes wona abasodo okutuwa amanya ago gonna mu MX on ate era sirema kugamba nti motorsport yafena tubeerewo tuwa amaanyi no mu direction tunogenda bingi bikyakyuka bingi bikyuka ate ndoza tujja kutuuka wetulina okubeera motorsport.
Kale, mweba nnyo kuba mutwegaseko from gye twatandikidde, message zammwe wano zira ema bibale kubeerako Segabwe bibale kubeerako
Segabwe Africa
Rwanda ngakutuukako ezaawo bulala. But we'll definitely get back next week na byonna ebiri in the world of motorsport. Tujja tugenda waliwo enduro weekend eno, so we'll get fine time and definitely tujja kudda ku Monday tubakole ebinabisobola okubanga bitambula. Wali ebweru mu Mexico, Carlos Sainz awangudde
enduro eyo ninga yagirabyeko emotoka.
Fun event. Anyway, Alonso yakoze milestone yatandise race win yebina. I mean race yebina mu career ye. Kale we out of here tubagaliza weekend nje mukama Katonda.